Hi, I'm Ben, and this is my episode recap of Marvel's Spider-Man. In this episode, oh darn it, I forgot the titles. No, wait, it's called Brain Death or Brain Download, and the other one's called Brain Something. It's Brain Something. I know it's called Brain Something thing. You'll read the title of the episode on the title thing where the YouTube videos have it. Anyways. In this episode, it begins with Spider-Man trying to sleep because in the last episode he kept having all-nighters. And because every bad guy wants to attack him, so he didn't got enough sleep. So every time when he tries to do something, he tries to sleep. He fights the Tinkerer, which at first he was throwing a boomerang, and I thought it was Boomerang. Yes, for those of you guys who don't know or only watch Suicide Squad or even the Flash CW show, there's another supervillain who uses boomerangs. His name is just Boomerang. In the DC Comics, the one you saw in Suicide Squad is named Captain Boomerang. In the Marvel Universe, who's faced Spider-Man a lot, his name is just Boomerang. Just Boomerang. I know that's not very imaginative, but it's Boomerang. But yeah, it's not Boomerang or Camp Boomerang or anyone, it's just the Tinkerer, which is probably an even sillier name. But yeah, the Tinkerer tries to go he tries to go and fight Spider-Man, and then he waves him up, but then the police comes and arrest him without taking off his mask. Really? You think that's the first thing they'll do? But that's good. So they take him to the chief, and then he's like, "There's a lot of people say you're innocent. I could arrest you, but I think you're a good person. I got this from the chameleon. He's not the mastermind or someone else. So we need you to examine it, but call me first." I was like, "Okay, I like that. I like that scene." So then Spider-Man came. So then Spider-Man fought crime and on the. So then when Spider-Man was going to school, he felt really sick. Well, not sick. He's just really tired. But then Miles Morales. But then he told Miles Morales about the peace thing, and then he realized that he's been feeling sick. I mean, he's really tired. So then he calls him and he's like, "You need to go to bed." And so he goes to bed, but it's up to Miles Morales. Also, he has a robot in this. Yeah, it opens with him having a helping robot. And boy, what happens to that robot? Wow. So Miles Morales breaks into Oscorp to find out about the chameleon's tech. And turns out the chameleon is building other masks to shape into other people. And then he opens the alarm and it starts shooting at him. And then there was more robots and they start shooting at him, but then the good robot comes and helps Miles Morales Spider-Man. But then he fights crime. So then he fights the evil robots, and the helping robot fights the evil robots too. Good and bad robots fighting on, and then Spider-Man comes in and he tries to go and he's like, "I'm sleepwalking," and he's like with your backpack, and I'm like, well, man. And so then he goes back to bed. Then Gwen Stacy appears and he's like, here's your homework. I heard you were sleepy, so I gave it back. So he's like, "Yeah, what a great friend." And he's like, "Gwen, I can't tell you, but I need you to hide here. I need you to help me distract Aunt May. I can't explain. You just have to trust me." You think that he would trust? You think he would tell Gwen Stacy that he's Spider-Man? I mean, she even became Spider-Girl, and he has no right to keep it a secret. Heck, he even tried revealing that. In fact, he didn't know it was Spider Island before, so he actually tried to save those people. He kind of has no reason to keep this a secret to Gwen anymore. But then at the end of the episode, Spider-Man comes, he helps Miles Morales Spider-Man. I think they're calling him Spider Kid or something. He helps Spider Kid. Then he fights. Then they save the day. They fight crime, they fight the other robots, and then Spider-Man finds this thing, and then he realized it was all breadcrumbs for the robot. Yeah, the robot's actually evil. It's been revealed that the robot is actually Dr. Octopus downloaded his self-consciousness in the Spider-Man robot. In the Spider Sorry, I was checking out my mustache. Anyways, so yeah, the Spider-Man robot is Dr. Octopus downloaded his self-consciousness from the last episode, because I forgot to mention, there was a part where the claw glows, and you're like, oh, he's in there, he's in there. Yeah, but yeah, the glows, so the octopus tentacles are alive. It's been revealed that he's been downloading his self-consciousness into the web line, so he downloaded himself in a robot, and then he revealed his master plan that he was trying to capture Spider-Man, and he was trying to capture Spider-Man and hiring all these goons as the brains. I don't know. I feel like that was a bit predictable to know that, oh, it's Dr. Octopus. I mean, you could have just stepped things up a bit, because we've seen this before, and I was like, oh, it's Dr. Octopus? Well, of course it's Dr. Octopus, like all the other times it was Dr. Octopus. But yeah, so like yeah, it couldn't have been like the Kingpin or anything. But anyways, but yeah, he tries to fight Spider-Man, but in the next episode he tries to download his consciousness into himself, and I was like, oh, are they really gonna do that? I actually know the story. Oh, here it is. Spider-Man issue 700. Yep, I own this comic. It's where he downloads his consciousness into Spider-Man's brain, or he already did that, or I'll let you read it. I won't reveal any spoilers. I'll put it away later. Sorry, I list my comics in alphabetical order and number order for each series, so I don't really feel like going through that right now. It might take me a while. So anyways, so yes, because even a hardcore comic book fan, a Spider-Man fan, because I haven't read the Superior Spider-Man, I think I even own some of the issues of Amazing Spider-Man Volume 3 where he gets his brain back. But yes, Spider-Man, but yeah, even if you haven't read those comics, you would know about the Otto Octavius thing. Heck, they even reference it in Big Bang Theory, but I don't watch Big Bang Theory. I don't watch Big Bang Theory. I heard it's offensive to comic book fans, but anyways. So then Spider-Man fights robot Dr. Octopus, but then he shuts down and then the police drags him to the holding cell, which they still didn't take off his mask. I don't get it. You had him right there. Can you just take off his mask then? But then he tries to arrest him, and then the police chief was like, Spider-Man, I arrested you. I thought I can trust you. And it's like, no, you don't understand. Dr. Octopus downloaded his consciousness in a robot. Okay, that's how I would say it. He didn't even say it. He was like, hey, hey, Chief, what was the guns? You don't understand. It's more complicated that way. Yeah, I did, but I was gonna call you. You should call me first the police chief said. And yeah, just say Dr. Octopus downloaded his self-consciousness in a robot. That robot, the police, did they saw me fighting a robot? But yeah. Yeah, he was acting but yeah. I like that before the police chief was actually looking into her job and not arresting people and ask questions later. I like when police officers just, like in Adam 12, where they ask questions there and not ask questions at the holding cell, because that just seems more complicated. If I ever write comics about superheroes, I want them to be more realistic. So anyways, Spider-Man fights. Spider-Man tries to explain, take off that mask right now. I'm arresting you. I don't allow vigilantes with masks. And he's like, should I take off the mask? I don't know. But then, yeah, that part kind of bugged me. But anyways, the police cell thing alarm goes off because Dr. Octopus downloaded his consciousness, his robot self in the whole cell. So now he's breaking out villains. He fought Electro, Beetle, and it was the candy popping thing from Jack-O-Lantern. Hey, did you know in DC Comics there's a character named Jack-O-Lantern? Yeah, both DC and Marvel have a character that's named Boomerang. One named Cam Boomerang, one's just named Boomerang, and one they're both just named Jack-O-Lantern. You know, maybe I should create a character named Jack-O-Lantern. Well, I won't call it like Jack O apostrophe lantern. I'll probably like combine the word jackal and combine the word lantern in one sentence. Jack-o'-lantern. And chances are, since I posted this on YouTube, someone's probably gonna beat me to it or steal my idea. Aye. Well, my evidence is here, so if anyone asks, I posted this. Anyways, um, then the Beetle shoots the candy corn at the police chief and Spider-Man, but then he's like, no, look out, but he didn't know it was candy corn. And he says, I hate candy corn. I actually like candy corn. It tastes like autumn. So then they try to find Dr. Octopus. There's a bomb. He tries to throw it, but then Miles Morales asks that I, I'm sorry if this sounds racially offensive, but the Spanish girl, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting her name, but she's the only Spanish character there, and I'm sorry if a lot of you found it offensive. I'm talking to all of you, social justice warriors. But anyways, I'm sorry. But anyways, she knows that Miles Morales is Spider-Man, and I forgot. I may have did an episode recap, and you might say, "How can you forget about that?" Well, I did forget about that. Sorry, but yeah, did Miles Morales reveal to her that he's Spider-Man? I was like, why didn't you tell him that he's Spider-Man? Man, I was like, why didn't you tell him that he's Spider-Man? And I mean, like when did Miles tell him that he was Spider-Man? I forget that episode. But yeah, in the beginning it's like he calls I was a bit confused because he calls her and I was like, why do you want me to do this? And I was like, it's a science experiment, Miles said. And he was like, well, and I'm like, why? She's breaking into a police prison. You don't need to keep this a secret from her. So yeah, but she found, so she's like, Miles, and I was like, wait, maybe if I do this, but then it gets sabotaged. So then they like, let's try this way, and in the phones, and they break into the air vent. And Miles Morales was like, Spider-Man, sorry, I need to do this. Sorry, this belongs to Spider Heroes. And she reveals that she's Spider-Girl. And then she becomes a hero. And and Miles Morales like, what? So then they go into the police station, or the prison. They go into the security prison, and then they fought the bad guys. And then they help Spider-Man, but then Spider-Man finds the bomb. He tries to get rid of it, but then Otto Octavius grabs him and is like, no, don't. And then he's like, I'm gonna download my consciousness into you. And he sees all his memories like, sorry, this consciousness is not, I forget his pun, but it was a silly pun. And then he got him out, and then he destroyed the bomb, and the day was saved. Even the police joined, but then it's revealed that Dr. Octopus actually made it. And I was like, how? Because didn't Peter Parker have time to kick him out? So I guess he made it in time. Yeah, so Otto's in his head, just like the series of comics. And I was like, how are they gonna do this? Because didn't Dr. Octopus turn from bad to good, or a bit baddish, but still being good in the Superior Spider-Man? So how is he gonna do this? Hmm. Because that was a whole comic book series about Dr. Octopus being in Spider-Man's head. So I wonder how many issues. I'll look that up later. So yeah, so how is he gonna fight crime? So I'm worried because the police are okay with him. They're like, yay, Spider-Man saved us. And I know Dr. Octopus, I've seen this cliche 1,000 times in other superhero stories. The villain does something, the hero thinks they're being praised and they recognize their good work. Then the villain does something evil to frame them, and there's no way to prove his innocence, and they all think he's bad again, and then they think he's, and then everyone thinks he's evil again, and everything's back to the way it was. Ah, jeez, and there's no way to prove that. How are they gonna prove that Dr. Octopus was in his mind? And does Miles know that the police chief have a relationship? Well, not a romantic relationship, like a partnership. Well, we'll find out in the next episode, whatever it's called. I'm gonna be a bit worried, knowing since this is a TV show, they're probably gonna make it like 1 or 2 episodes with Dr. Octopus in his brain, because I don't know if average television viewers will be used to seeing Dr. Octopus in his brain, in Spider-Man's brain for a whole series. I mean, I don't know if people even like that as a comic book series, or did you like it as a comic book series? Comment below and let me know. I'm sorry if that's a ripoff from Jeremy Johns, but it's a good way to say it. But I hope you like that. I hope you like this episode recap. It took me 15 minutes to record it, and and we'll see some new videos and find out what's going to happen next time. In Marvel Spider-Man, is Dr. Octopus going to be evil? Is he going to be a good guy? What's going to happen? Let's find out next time.